What is Steve Arts 89? Well, a little bit of surprise. Doctor Who, the last two episodes out of eight, because there's so many to spare, are going to be put up on the big screen. Now, I didn't know they did this last year. Apparently, with the first season, the last two episodes aired as a movie, a two-part. And I don't know why they don't just do a movie-length episode if they're going to put it in the cinema instead of just two episodes. Like, you're losing two episodes, 2 weeks of Doctor Who. And trying to make it into a movie is no. So I just think it's a stupid idea to begin with. But I mean, it'd be nice to see it on the big screen, sure. But I mean, God, just release them on the big screen then, so people can watch it that way. Or do an actual film, so you get 6 episodes, so 6 weeks of Doctor Who on TV, and then a movie. So it's over in less than 2 months. It doesn't. There's something to be said for having a show on week to week and living with it and being familiar with it and having it being part of your life rather than it being an event. And binging a show, it makes sense to do 6 or 8 episodes. People can binge it in a day or evening, weekend or whatever. So that makes sense if you're going to go for the binge approach. If you're going to go week to week, do 10, 15, 20 episodes. Make it part of people's lives. If you're going to put something on the big screen, do a feature-length movie. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it's going to be on May 31st, so it's at the end of the month. It's the 2 episodes, Wish World and The Reality War. So the 2-episode finale, Wish World and Reality War, watch in cinemas Saturday, 31st of May. It's going to be showing at the same time on Disney Plus, so there won't be any leaks or anything. So it'll be showing at like 11 a.m. or something, and 7 p.m. in the UK. And there's no talk of iPlayer or whatever they have in the UK, so I'm guessing it'll be showing after that. But I don't know why they wouldn't just mention that. I guess maybe they want to give it a little bit of time so people actually are, encouraged to go to the actual cinema instead of just thinking, I'll watch it 2 hours later when it shows up on, iPlayer later that evening or something. Maybe they're going to delay it a few days to get people to actually go and see it. I don't know. I'm guessing it's just a one night, one off thing. I don't know, but I don't know. There's rumours that they're going to have Ncuti regenerating, and we're just not going to see who. It's going to be a cliffhanger because there were those reshoots, and the talk was they were basically doing an ending for the show that could sort of be an ending to the series as well. Because I think they did a bunch of Doctor Who's where they regenerated and you didn't know who was going to regenerate to, and then the next season you have the other half of the regeneration shot. I think they've done it like that before, but I don't actually know. I'm guessing. Because sadly I don't know a lot of Doctor Who. I saw a whole bunch of Tom Baker repeats when I was a kid and thought that was actually Doctor Who being produced live, and that's what Doctor Who was, and it was just the one Doctor. Had no idea the history of the show till a few years ago. When they rebooted it, I watched that and I sort of have followed it from then, sort of from a distance. I watched the first year and then just random stuff. Like I had to watch the Kylie Minogue Titanic special because that's, iconic and amazing. But the rest of it I've just sort of been vaguely aware of it. But I actually had no idea how many Doctors there were. I mean, I think I did see the original black and white Doctor, so I knew there'd been at least one Doctor before Tom Baker, but I thought he was it. So obviously my knowledge of Doctor Who is a bit limited, but I'm pretty sure they've done a couple of regenerations where they didn't know who was going to be the actor the next year. But I'll have to check that out. But I mean, Doctor Who is so hard to get into. I just can't. Once I start, I'll be like spending 3 months trying to work it out, and I can't start on that journey. So I'm just sitting on the outside, pondering and speculating and guessing. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I don't know. I think overall putting it on the big screen is good, but they really need to actually do a 2-length episode and make it make sense, because just putting 2 episodes, well, why not do the first 2 episodes and the second last? And then, I don't know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because they did the same thing with Picard. Was it 2 episodes as well? I think it was. I think they've done it with, was it Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings? I think they did it with that as well. So this does happen occasionally, because it doesn't really cost them any money to send a digital copy to, the cinemas and put it on. It's not like having to strike prints or anything like you had to back in the day. So They should be doing it more often, I think. Just showing, streaming shows, because they're usually shot quality-wise, where they could be put on the big screen. But at least make it like a double episode. Like, the final of an episode of Star Trek, often would be a double. Or that would be interesting. Imagine doing the season premiere being the final and like in a movie. I'm just waffling and pondering and whatever. I'm going to go.